Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you a very important piece of writing articles in SEO. The SEO Article Style Guide is basically a way to outsource your content to a writer, but at the same time so that they can know what they need to write, as in what type of keywords they need to write, what type of structure they need to use, and all the different aspects of SEO that are hard to explain when you're talking to a writer. Well, this is a style guide that they can use when they're writing. They can always refer back to this and explain it to you right now. So the general writing guidelines, these are just, actually I just saw a typo right here. So the guidelines are basically, for example, formatting, use short paragraphs, headers, bullet points, numbered lists. So I'm reminding them to use these different features in the article. When you're writing an article, you want to make sure that you're writing a better article than what's already there on Google. And one way to do that is by going to your competitor or writing the keyword on Google and finding your competitors and finding the best articles or whatever the page is. And let's just take an article for this example, since that's what we're doing here. So you'll look at the page and you'll find different features. For example, do they have the keyword that you looked for in the search bar? Is it in their headers? Is it in the H1, in the H2? It doesn't have to be in every one of them, but I mean, is it in some of them? And also, are they using bullet points or a numbered list? Are they using statistics? Are they using, all these things matter. Are they using images, video? The more of these things they use, the better the content piece is. So here I'm reminding the article writer to use all these different features. So formatting, and then there's the media, which is breaking up the text with images, tables, charts, diagrams, GIFs, whatever. Not all of them, of course, unless you're writing a 2,000-3,000 word article, then yeah, maybe. But you gotta keep it. You gotta be reasonable, and you gotta see what the competitors are doing. If the competitor has let's say two images on the whole page, and they have maybe one table like statistics, don't go and put 50 images, or like 10 images. 3 images or maybe 4 will do just fine. Concentrate on other things. There are other things that you can do as well. Don't spend all your time on just images or just one specific thing. Okay, next is using the primary keyword as many times, at least 75%, as indicated in the writing tool. So what this means, this is just a tool that I use. When you have a density of 1 to 2%, it'll give you a 75% rate. So I'm not saying to use your keyword 75% density. This is just the tool that I use. You can change that to whatever tool you're using. I'm using Writer's End, so that's what I use so that my writers can have a score on their article. If you want me to do a review on that software, which is very nice, let me know and I'll do that, no problem. So then you want to have using the secondary keywords in the article at least 3 to 4 times for 500 words. The secondary keyword is basically a keyword that you've identified that you're ranking for naturally already. So let's say you're ranking for the keyword best keyword. So when you rank for this keyword, you should only have one keyword per page that you're targeting. Well, naturally, there's going to be other keywords that are going to be ranking for as well, naturally. And then these keywords, you can take the best one out of them with the best maybe KD and the best, which is keyword difficulty, the best volume, and you use that word again, you update, you edit your blog article and you use it then. So this is mostly for editing. And then there's copy and pasting the article into Grammarly and applying recommendations, because they have very good recommendations. They show you how, for example, maybe a syntax is not proper, or there's spelling mistakes, or maybe you're using, for example, I'll give you an example right here. Let's say you're using isn't in your article, but then you're using is not, then they'll tell you try to be consistent. Either use is not all the way through or use just isn't. That's powerful, because yes, you do need consistency. All right, next are the Grammarly goals. So when you're in Grammarly, as soon as you open a new article, a new page, they'll ask you for your goals, and you can set different things. So these are the goals I use. So there's audience, I use knowledgeable. Formality, I use informal. Domain, I use casual. So these are all different things. Intent, I switch it up, depends on the article, but I let them test out. And then last but not least is the Google search intent. So if this intent, this article that he's writing is informational, then he'll write informational here. Every time there's a new article, you would like to update these. Maybe it'll stay the same all the time. Sometimes it will, but if you want to change them up, then everything in red are things that could be changed. So the red text, as I show you here. And so these are hints. So there are 4 types of Google search intent, but actually there are more. But I'm just mentioning the 4 top ones, and then I have a few bonuses here. So there's navigational. That's not your brand. So if, for example, someone's writing Adidas and you're ranking on it, then that means you're selling shoes as well, maybe, but it's not your brand. That's very good. That means you're beating them at their own name. So if Nike is coming up when someone's writing Adidas shoes on Google, it's a very powerful keyword then, because they're actually beating their word Adidas. ideas. So that's why it's the first. That's why I put it at the first here. Then the second, there's informational. So that's when you're sharing knowledge. When you're sharing knowledge, for example, just explaining something or talking about benefits of something or something like that. Then there's investigative. So investigative is, like I said here, looking for a solution, but they don't know yet the products, and likely they're looking for a solution. They're trying to solve a solution. So exactly in these terms, looking for a solution, but doesn't know yet products like yours exist to solve the solution. So they don't know there's a problem that can be solved, which is your product. They don't know that yet, but they're looking for that. They're investigating into the niche. For example, you're looking for shoes that won't slip. You don't know if that exists, but you're like, is there a type of shoes that won't slip? That's an investigative intent. So the user is looking for something that's investigative in nature. And then there's comparison. So comparison means they're comparing. So let's say now they found a pair of shoes that doesn't slip, but they don't know which one to buy. So now they're comparing. So when you see words like review, versus, these are used to compare products, like I say here. And then you have transactional, which is once they figured out what they want, they're looking to buy. So they're looking maybe for, let's say, an intent of purchasing. They're saying buy Nike shoes or buy non-slippery shoes, something like that. And then last but not least is navigational, which are not so strong keywords, but there'll be things like, for example, let's say Nike. If they're ranking for the word Nike, then that's their own keyword. So that's why I'm writing here our brand keyword. So let's say your business is called ABC Company, then you'll just, if you're ranking for ABC Company, then you know that when someone searches ABC login page or ABC contact page, that's a navigational search. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll share this template also so that you can use it for yourself. And next, I would like to show you guys, this is basically like where you place your keywords. It's a very, very good brief to show people. If you guys want to see a video of this where I explain this and also the content optimization tactics, it's very good for a writer as well. So I'll be sharing that in a separate video if you guys want it, because this one's long enough now, 8 minutes. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely do that. Also, if you want me to review the software that I talked about, which is Writer's End, a very good tool for SEO, let me know. I'll be glad to do it. Okay, take care, guys.